Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jacob Restituto, and I'm a musician from Northport, New York. And today we're reacting to and breaking down and talking about Shawn Mendes doing a cover of Ed Sheeran. We're taking the version of the world of Shawn Mendes, taking the world of Ed Sheeran, and we're putting them together. And this is a cover. I personally like this song a lot. Kind of got a... I never want to say this about another musician's song because, like, it's the biggest honor if your song gets quote-unquote overplayed. But you know what? That's pretty sick, though. You know what I mean? It's a pretty cool thing. It's a cool problem to have, you know what I mean? But the song's played all the time. I used to cover it all the time at gigs and stuff. And I'm looking forward to seeing Shawn's version of it. But the reason I wanted to do this is because for two reasons. If you're a Shawn Mendes fan, I plan on watching and breaking down, talking about Shawn Mendes' In Wonder documentary on my Patreon. So if you want to see that on Patreon, that's going to be really cool. I love watching documentary stuff like that, especially music-related stuff. It inspires me to create music and just being a musician. So there's that. Secondly, if you are an Ed Sheeran fan, Ed Sheeran was just on the show Hot Ones, and I'm a huge fan of that show, and I plan on watching that and putting that on my Patreon. So there's going to be a lot of content on the Patreon if you guys want to check that out. This is Shawn Mendes' Thinking Out Loud cover.
What's up, guys? It's Shawn Mendes, and this is my cover of Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran for Hits 1. I hope you enjoy. When your legs don't...
Wow, first of all, okay, killer voice, but like, let's just talk about the music. He's actually playing it really interestingly. He's not playing that typical, like, you know, Ed first of all plays it in the key of... Oh, actually, I can grab this guitar. It is stuck. Okay. Ed plays it in the key of D, which is like... and he does a little horn. Or I play it in the key of C. I think I can maybe D, but I with the capo, but I go like. It's way easier, I feel like, but he's actually not doing that at all. He's doing something completely different, which is really interesting. A different way to play it.
When your legs don't work like
ton of reverb on his voice.
And I can't sweep you
ton
off
of reverb.
Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? And will your eyes still smile from your cheeks?
Dude, huge reverb. That's actually interesting. I'm surprised. So this wouldn't be a Shawn concept. This would be like Sirius XM, who probably mixed this. I'm surprised they put so much reverb on here, actually.
And will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? And darling, I will be loving you till we're 70.
Oh, it's personally way too much reverb. But what's interesting is actually how hot that microphone is. Look how far away he is from. He's like 6 to 8 inches away, from, if not a foot away from the microphone, and it's still picking up his voice really well. That means that the microphone is cranked, man, which is an interesting way. Like, I'm surprised it's not closed. But then I guess the benefit to that is he can you could see his voice actually moving.
And baby, my heart could still fall less hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how.
So that's actually an interesting way. If we look at look at his hand right here. Hold on a second.
And I'm thinking about
right there. Did you see that? That bum bum. He's going F. He's actually playing in the key of C. So he is playing the F chord, which is like a bar chord. I want to talk about this really quick. This is kind of cool, a little bit musical background. He's playing, so F major bar chord, look, it looks like this. It looks like this, right? So you have this, there we go. But he's playing it like this because you kind of get the gist of it without that bass note right there. But the cool, beautiful part about guitar and the bar chords, that's F. You just slide right up. That's G. But you can do that with these non-bar chords. Nice, just easy transition. C, F, G, A minor. So, I think that is a pretty cool way to play it. And I feel like a lot of relatively beginner musicians don't necessarily use those chords. I like the fact that he actually is.
People fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe it's okay.
way too much reverb though. The problem that I have with the reverb is just it's too up front. If I don't mind the length of the reverb, but just pull it back a little bit farther.
Me, I fall in love with you every single day, and I just want to tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms, kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Oh darling, place your head on my beating heart.
I knew. I was like, you know what? Don't take the video off the screen because you're gonna forget to put it back. But I forgot. It's back now.
And I'm thinking about how maybe we found love right where we are.
Really interesting microphone choice here. That is a tiny microphone.
When my hairs are gone and my memory fades.
Yeah, come on. There you go.
And the crowds don't remember my name. When my hands don't play the strings the same way, I know you will still love me the same.
So sometimes artists will use reverb to cover up pitchy vocals because when vocals are super dry, you really hear every single thing that goes on in between it. So like you can pitchy vocals can then be like kind of hit a little bit with a bit of reverb. He doesn't need that. His voice is really good. He sounds good really dry anyway, like without no reverb at all. So I think it's just poor use of reverb personally, but that's just my preference.
And honey, your soul can never go. Oh, it's evergreen.
He was so young though, it's crazy.
And baby, your smiles forever in my mind and memories, yeah. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways.
So he's 22 now. This must mean that he was 16 years old here.
And maybe it's all part of a plan. Me, I fall in love with you every single day, and I just want to tell you I am the baby now.
Everybody that's ever covered this song once feels like they have to get that like vocal crack that Ed Sheeran does in the baby now, where he, like his voice cracks in it. Everybody's like feels like they have to get there, which is hard to do on pitch.
Take me into your loving arms, kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Oh darling, place your hand on my beating heart. And I'm thinking about how maybe we found.
He's got a crazy voice.
Right where we
Crazy
are.
voice. Killer. Oh, that's interesting that you can't click. Oh, I want to see Halsey live. That's cool. Why can't I click on it, though? Very cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. As always, leave a comment if you did. If you want to check out my music, it's the best way to support the channel. If you want to send me a text, that is a great way to get in touch with me if you have any questions or if you want to send any requests. And if you want to check out the Patreon, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Like I said, the Shawn Mendes in Wonder is going to be on Patreon. The Ed Sheeran Hot Ones interview is going to be on Patreon. So see you again in the next video. Peace.